Hello, you guys. Come on in. Day 26 of my Stay-Batical to 50. And I wanted to come on live on this lazy Sunday afternoon. It's just so gorgeous this time of year. How do you not get outside in nature? How do you not do whatever you can to get out in this? Because you can't say the heat is bothersome anymore, not this time of year. I love the fall. I don't know about you guys, but the fall is one of my favorite seasons because it's been very hot. It's been oppressive. It's been overwhelming, sweaty, hot, all the things. And then suddenly you get this whoosh of cooler air. And so when I've gone out in the morning on my morning walks, it's been in the low 50s like the last few days. And so I've really enjoyed that. And right now it's in the upper 70s, a little warm, but the humidity is way down from what it was during the summer. So I'm out here for my second walk today. And yes, I did take a walk this morning. Somebody wrote me and they said, I didn't see any video from you yesterday or today. Are you okay? It's like, well, I don't have to go live 7 days a week. That's a little much. Jimmy does need some downtime. So yesterday was when I did my emceeing at this event, this Keto Symposium event. So that's where I was yesterday. I did get in a walk late in the day yesterday, somewhere around 30, 45 minutes from now. Yesterday is when I went on a walk. And it was great. I talked to a friend on the walk. I don't always go live with you guys when I walk, but I do like coming live with you guys. And today, I pretty much wanted to have an open chat. Just pretty much whatever's on your mind. You want to ask questions. You want to pretty much say anything. I'm totally game for that. It's a lazy Sunday. I've been getting some work done for my podcasts coming up this week. I'm doing a lot of thinking. I love the weekends because it gives me time to kind of decompress before hitting the week hard again. Because once I get in my podcast schedule during the week, it's like balls to the wall. Go all week long. Doing 4 podcasts a week. So keeps me quite busy during the week. So the weekends I relish and cherish. And I would not have normally done that summit yesterday, the symposium, but it was for a friend of mine and it went very well. If you were able to participate in the Keto Symposium, hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did not, you can go to ketosymposium.com. They do have all the recordings of everything, and you can still have access to that if you want to check it out. But we had a good time. I told them on the summit at the beginning, I'm like, this is not going to be boring. I promise you, I will not participate if it's boring. So it was not boring. We had a good time. But guys, I'm on day number 26 of this Stay-Batical to 50. Day 26. We are rocking it, man. Over a fourth of the way there now. I think when I woke up this morning, I had another one of those moments where I felt lighter. And look, I'm wearing shirts that were getting pretty tight on me. This is one of my favorite ones because it's my Dallas Cowboys shirt. And it's getting pretty loose on me now. So I know I'm losing abdominal fat. I know good things are happening. So even though I'm not looking at the scale and I don't care, I know good changes are happening. And so there's a lesson there in and of itself of don't always feel like you've got to quantify change. You don't have to see a number on a scale. You don't have to see a blood sugar reading. You don't have to see a ketone reading to know that you're doing well if you feel well. And if other subjective markers are going well as well. So I feel like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to fool our brains into thinking, well, you're not a success unless, and fill in the blank of what unless means. Usually it's a weight on a scale, a lot of things. But when you take all that pressure off and you get rid of the lying liar that lies, the scale, and you start measuring success in other ways, watch how your demeanor changes. Watch how everything changes about your pursuit of a goal. And I know people have criticized me because I'm not weighing, I'm not measuring inches, I'm not doing all the things you're supposed to do. And that's by design. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. I've done this a long time. I know what it's like to put parameters on yourself at the beginning of a journey and expect to stick to those parameters and those measurements and have goals along the way. And when you stop reaching those goals, which are all arbitrary, by the way, when you stop reaching those arbitrary goals that you basically pulled out your backside of your keister, when you stop doing those arbitrary goals and you just do the thing and you do it consistently. You guys see me out here every day walking this trail, and I'm in my second walk today. So this is me pushing a little harder, going at it a little more, pushing the boundaries. Why? Because I'm feeling those changes happen. I know good stuff is happening in my body because I feel it. And when you feel it, it makes you want to do more and more and more and more. And that's where I'm at. So welcome, those of you that just got here. Yes, I'm going live. Day number 26. A little bit late in the day compared to what I normally do. Normally I'm on around 7 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. And I was gonna go live this morning, but then my best friend Brittany wanted to chat, and that was the only time she had, was this morning at about the time I was gonna go live with you guys. So I walked and talked with her this morning. Had a nice conversation, which I was very proud of her too, because I've been talking to her about the scale. She's doing 75 hard, and she's almost done. Day 72, I believe she's on, of the 75. And the whole time, she's been lamenting the lack of weight loss that she expected. Now, meanwhile, her body composition has changed dramatically. She's been showing before and after pictures on her Instagram page. Okay, I just made it up the big first hill. That one's a doozy, guys. So she's been doing before and after pictures, and she's lost significant weight in her belly. But the scale is what she's looking at. And today, before she stepped on the scale, she said, I don't care what it says, I'm gonna still be happy. And I said, what happened? She said, I stepped on the scale and I was up 1 pound. And for a moment, I wasn't happy. But then I remembered, I did a leg day yesterday. And whenever I push hard with my legs, I almost always gain, because I have some water weight retention when I push myself hard with my legs. I'm like, there you go. Now you know the why. So why again are you still weighing if you know that? And she said, you know what, Jimmy? I decided I'm gonna put it away. And yes, I had goals for myself during the 75 hard, that I wanted to lose X amount of weight in the 75 days. But she's like, I look good. I feel good. And she has all these markers subjectively in her mind that she has seen tremendous changes in. And I think more than anything for her, what she has seen is a shift in her mindset and in how she feels about herself. A lot of those kinds of things. And yes, the physical is there, but she's not recognizing that near to the point that she is the mindset stuff. Which, by the way, we do a podcast called One Step Deeper, and it airs on Sundays at 4 p.m., so it's almost over premiering, but it will be up on YouTube and on my Instagram, IGTV, and Facebook, and everywhere that I am, I try to post the full episode. And of course, it's a traditional podcast on Mondays. But look it up, One Step Deeper. Our latest episode, I believe it's episode 40, is called Pushing Yourself and Knowing When Not to. And we both talk about our respective journeys. Her on the 75 hard, me on my Staybatical 250. I think you'll enjoy that. If you like these walk and talks that I do, go check out my latest episode of the One Step Deeper podcast. But come on in, guys. It's an open chat today on a lazy Sunday. No sense in being real formal with any kind of topic or anything today. I'm just jibber jabbering with you. So if any thoughts come to mind, anything you want to ask, anything you want to share, fire away. I'm going to scroll back and see who's talking to me. Hello, Leland. Thanks for being here. Courtney says, it's still humid in Northwest Arkansas, 89 degrees. After a few cooler days, fall is coming. Yes, I saw in the forecast this week here in South Kakalaki, that's South Carolina for those of you not familiar with, we call it South Kakalaki, but it's supposed to be a little warmer this week than it was last. Somebody has to impress themselves somehow. He had those big tires on the front, and that's what they make muffler shops for, bro. Woo. I would say something crude, but it's Sunday. I'll hold off on the crude, but you can imagine what's in my head. So, but yes, it was low 70s for the highs this past week, and now this coming up week is going to be upper 80s again. I'm like, for the high. And the lows were like 50 this past week. And then this week it's going to be in the 60s again, which is fine. I'll be out here every day doing my walk. I can tell you when the weather radically shifts down into those cooler temps, I will probably easily do 2 walks a day. That's the biggest saboteur for me in getting in a second walk is generally the heat. We're right at that edge of heat for me because it's upper 70s. That's not oppressive, especially with the humidity kind of being out of the air. So I like walking in this weather and cooler. A little warmer than this would be too much for me. But yes, fall is coming, Courtney. Linda says you were awesome on the symposium and I learned a lot. Yeah, that was a fun day. I think what made it neat for me was I knew most of those speakers personally. And so not only did I get to read their bio, but I got to engage with them. In fact, the funnest part was during the lunch hour, Maria Emmerich, who I wrote a book called The Ketogenic Cookbook with, she did a cooking demo for the VIPs, the people that bought the VIP package. And I was just gonna introduce her and then say thank you guys for being here, come join us for the rest of the conference. I thought that was all I was gonna do. And then Maria starts talking to me during the cooking. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I need to engage. So that was fun. And I haven't talked to her in a little while, so that was a lot of fun. Lots of fun. Glad you were there, Linda. So yes, if you're just joining us, please comment, say anything you want, question, ask me any questions you might have about how this journey has been. Maybe you're struggling right now about starting your own challenge. Ask specific questions about that, or just give any general comments. We're taking it easy here on this Sunday. You guys always keep me company on these walks, so I Sincerely appreciate that. Kira said, I'm stuck between, wow, that's very specific, 128.8 pounds to 131.4 pounds. Statistically, Kira, those are the exact same number. You'll recall, if you've been watching my videos, that Steve Finney, the big ketogenic researcher, I had him on a podcast once about a decade or so ago, and I asked him about weight loss and things, and he said, yeah, people get so upset when they stay within. They go up a pound, they go down a pound, they go up 2 pounds, and they think they're just going up, down, up, down, up, down. No, you're not. There's a 10-pound swing, plus or minus 5, of whatever your weight is, that your weight can be at any given moment. And so that 128 to 131 is barely even a little blip. So they're exactly the same. But maybe that's where you need to be. It's easy to psych yourself out of, well, I'd like to be smaller than that. But I do like what she says next. I'm stronger. I can do things at the gym that I've not been able to do for over a year. And that's great. And you're doing jiu-jitsu. Like, that's some badass workout there. Remind me not to make you mad, Kira. You might kick my ass. Hello, Ashton. Thanks for being here. Janet said, I heard you on the Everyday Wellness podcast. Glad to find you. Hello, Janet. Yes. That was a lot of fun being on with Cynthia. I still need to listen back to the whole episode, and I'll probably post a little snippet of it tomorrow. She posted it on Saturday morning, and she's like, can you share? I said, wait till Monday. I'll have more eyeballs on Monday. During the weekend, a lot of you guys are still here on the weekend, but a lot of people get off of social media entirely over the weekend. Like yesterday watching college football, today watching NFL. So I try not to post too many things over the weekend and wait till the week to get all that back out there. But yes, that was a whole lot of fun. I like being interviewed. I think more than I even like interviewing, and I do love interviewing. I've done it for a long time, but it's kind of fun. And I always challenge people that interview me. Ask me something I've never been asked. In fact, let me ask you guys that. Let's see how good you are. Let's do a little informal walk and talk interview. What is a question that you think I've never been asked before? Fire away. This should be fun. By the way, very few interviewers ask me things I haven't been asked before. But lately, and I think Cynthia was one of them, lately I've gotten quite a few. So I think they're starting to catch on to my rhythm here of, all right, what can we ask him? Let's throw him off his game. So fire away if you think you got a question you think I've never heard before. Ashton says, I've been finding my performance at the gym has really changed. I'm moving a lot more than I have before. My stamina has also increased dramatically. Yes, that's a sign of fitness, my dear. Congratulations. And I'm finding the same thing on these walks. I did my walk this morning talking to Brittany, and I went the furthest I've ever gone on this trail. And so you will find that. And look, I'm excited to see when I go further than that. I think the more that I keep doing this walk every day, and now today my second walk, the more fit I'm going to get. And obviously I'm losing weight in the midsection. That's helping as well. Not having to carry around so much will help you get more fit. So congratulations though, Ashton. That's amazing that you're feeling those effects. It's powerful. It's empowering. It's confidence inducing. Makes you want to do a little more, doesn't it? All right, let's see what else you guys got. All right, so if you just joined us, guys, I'm on day 26 of my Stay-Batical 250. We're just jibber-jabbering here today in an open chat on this lazy Sunday. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I'm on my second walk of the day, and I'm asking you if you have any questions. In fact, I'm challenging you. Ask me something you think I've never been asked before. This ought to be interesting. So ask me anything that you want. You got questions about this journey I'm on. If you have struggles about starting your own challenge and your own journey, I'm happy to help in any way. Right now, you guys are just tagging along with me on this long walk that I love to do. So fire away when you're ready. But yeah, I feel so good on day 26. Like you guys know, the first few weeks were pretty rough for me with some struggles from back pain, which by the way, I went to the chiropractor today for the first time in a week. And they're like, how you feeling? I'm like, really good. So I think the back is almost all the way healed, if not all the way. And I'm ready to push it. Obviously not injure it again, but push it. I hope to get out there and flip that tire this week because I love how I feel flipping the tire. I mean, the walking's cool and all for cardiovascular, but from a strength training perspective, I gotta lift heavy shit. And I've been missing that in the first fourth of this challenge. So excited to give that a go. Even if it means I go slow, because I got to get the form right so I don't mess up my back, so be it. That'll be what I do. Janet says, I'm new here. What's the journey? What's the backstory? Okay. So I'm going to point you, Janet, to my website, which has all the updates of what this is about, but I will recap. The website is livinlowcarb.com/staybatical, S-T-A-Y Batical, just like it's spelled in the pen, B-A-T-T-I-C-A-L. And so I went away on sabbatical, a traditional sabbatical, 2 years ago, September 1st, 2019. And the hope was, after working for 15 years straight, that I would go away for 6 months, no podcasts, no social media, no nothing, for 6 months. And the purpose would be to be off the grid and to work on my physical body. That was the purpose. And so I go away on sabbatical. It was very emotional for me because a lot of my worth was found in the work I do. And my life turned upside down in the midst of that. I found out things about my childhood trauma that I didn't know about. I was beaten as a teenager by my dad and physically and emotionally berated. And my mom didn't know about it. So a lot of ugly things came out about that. I also had another pretty major life event happen in my life that really didn't get all the way resolved till about 3 months ago. And so I had to deal with that instead of the physical. So I had an emotional, psychological sabbatical more than anything. And so now that I'm on the other side of all that, and I'm much stronger emotionally now, thanks to my best friend and other friends in my life who have gotten to talk to about the stuff. And I've talked to a licensed therapist / life coach. They helped me get through that. So I'm in a good place now there. But physically, I'm not in a good place. Physically, the toll of all that stress just added up and took its toll on my body. And so I wanted to do what I wanted to do 2 years ago. Because when I went away 2 years ago, my plans were up my physical activity, do ice baths, do infrared sauna, do red light therapy, do grounding and sunshine, do meditation, eat a mostly carnivore diet, and engage in fasting. All the things I'm doing right now, I was going to do 2 years ago. So I'm just basically not going away this time. That's why I called it a stay batical. Everybody's like been writing me, how's your vacation? I'm like, what vacation? You guys see me post every day. What vacation am I having? But I guess I see stay batical. Oh, you're staying at home and having a vacation. No, that's not what stay batical means. But it was fun putting that up. Plus, I'm turning 50 in December. So I wanted to put my body in a better place heading to that age. Because I don't feel like the best work that's in me has been done yet. And so we're going to test that. We're going to see how hard I can push. And I can tell you guys, I've been pushing myself hella hard in this journey. And I love it. And I loved every minute of it. And it's exactly what I needed at this time. And I've been quite open about feeling like I didn't feel a part of the community anymore. I know that seems so weird because I interview people and do all my podcasts and everything, but it's real silent behind the scenes sometimes because people that used to talk to you and want to hear from you and want your help and blah, 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 they're gone. They're all gone. So doing this at least proves to myself that you are still relevant, that you haven't been forgotten. And I know it's silly, it's mind games, but it's how I feel. And I will always share brutally, honestly, what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling. But thank you for that, Janet. But yeah, so the goal is not to lose weight. It's just to get through 100 days of doing all those things and seeing what happens. And because I'm an encourager, I've been doing the first 50 days myself. And then the next 50 days after that, starting here in a few weeks, I'm going to invite you guys to join me with your own challenge of what you can do. So definitely go to livinglavidalowcarb.com/staybatical and you can see all the updates and all the everything that I'm doing. All right, guys, I'm at the furthest that I've ever been. Good old Lena Lane. I'm about 1 minute over, but I didn't want to get this close and not get to Lena Lane. So, whew. Back uphill we go. Kira says, ever thought to add isomeric workouts like forearm planks? I fucking hate planks. I'm not kidding you. When you've got a shitload of weight in the middle of your body, planks suck so bad. Trust me, I'm going to add things, Kira, as I lose that midsection. But until that midsection's gone, no. And I can tell you why. My back starts bowing. I can't hold myself up with the midsection weight. Sounds all well and good until you have a huge, heavy weight in the middle of your body you don't understand. But trust me, when the time comes, I will add in all kinds of things, like down the road stuff. I want to swing kettlebells. I want to do planks. I want to do a lot of things. But first things first, get the weight off the midsection, which is happening ever so slowly, but it is happening. But thank you for that. Ashton says, what will you do for grounding once the cold weather hits? Oh, you can still ground. You can still ground. What do you mean? What am I going to do? I'm going to get out there with my naked body and I'm going to stick my feet in the ground. Are you worried about there being snow? Not in South Carolina, my dear. We don't get snow. And if we do, I just ground in the snow. Get a little cold thermogenesis with the grounding. And of course, sunshine. But yeah, this is going to December the 10th, so we shouldn't have any snow. And it shouldn't be prohibitively cold, because I love the cold. So, in fact, today, you guys, I did my ice bath after my first workout, my first walk, and I went to the sauna, and then I went right to the ice bath. today was the first time the ice bath was freaking cold to me. It's not usually cold to me, but I had set the water up and it was really cold this morning. So I think it came out of the faucet a little colder. And then I dumped the 20-pound nut bag of ice in there. I was actually shivering today. So it could be a combo of it was colder, but then also I'm lighter. Maybe some of that layers of fat that was making me warmer is starting to burn off, which is wonderful. Because normal people get into cold and go, oh, shit. But I haven't been until today. So because it's a 4-foot bathtub and I'm 6'3", I get my legs in first. And I usually let those stay submerged for about 15 or so minutes. Then I take some of the water with my hands and just brush it over the top of my head so I can start to cool down the upper part. And then I start to wiggle down my upper body into the water to get it there. And today that was hella cold. Oh my gosh, that was so cold. And I still have that Morozco Forge ice tank on the way, specifically made for ice baths. And it's 6 foot long, so it'll be plenty big for me to get my tall body in there. So when that comes, that's what I will do. It's kind of messy with the bathtub because the water sloshes around. 4-foot tub, 6'3" body, you know what I mean? So, whew. So I'm excited about that because I would do more ice therapy, cold therapy, if it was more convenient. It's a little inconvenient to have to keep buying ice bags, keep filling up a bathtub, and then the bathtub being small. So to say I'm excited about the Morozco Forge is an understatement. I will probably get in there multiple times a day. Way to go, so inspiring. Thank you, Janet. I'm trying to inspire myself and motivate myself. And I'm going to talk about that tomorrow on my walk, about how you're the only one that needs to motivate yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. So we'll get into that hot and heavy tomorrow. But I am trying to prove a lot to myself. I've been in this game for 17 years. And in some ways, I feel like I'm having to remake myself, so to speak, a little bit in some ways. And so, oh, look at the cute puppy. So this is good for that. So yes, coming in, guys. I wasn't sure going live on Sunday how many people would be here, but appreciate you watching today. I'm on my walk, my second walk of the day, as part of this Stay-Batical 250, day number 26. I can tell you, getting in this habit of walking has been wonderful for me. I actually enjoy walking, and I always have, but I think it's so easy to fall into the pattern of not doing it. And when you get into a pattern of something, good or bad, it can usually stick. Hello. And so I'm glad I'm in this habit now. And of course, I'm coming on live as much as I can with you guys. I don't always bring you on the walks with me. Sometimes I want to talk to friends. Sometimes I want to just zone out. Sometimes I want to listen to like a YouTube video. But most of the time I do go live with you guys. So I'm asking the question of you guys. Ask me something you think I've never been asked before. I was on Cynthia Thurlow's podcast. She just aired that over the weekend here. And I asked her the same thing. I was like, Cynthia, come up with something you think I've never been asked before. And she pulled out some questions. I was like, all right, nice job. She did. Mission accomplished. Whew. I'm getting thirsty when it's a little warmer out here. That thirst bug hits quick. I'm about 2/3-ish through the, not even quite 2/3 yet, through the walk. I'll make it though. I'll get back and drink some water. Oh, let me tell you what I'm doing besides just water. I'm actually using electrolytes during this sabbatical. So, those of you who don't know, electrolytes is not just salt. It's salt, magnesium, and potassium in the right ratio, and of course water. And so there's this great company called Element. It's spelled LMNT. If you go to drinklmnt.com/Jimmy, you can actually get the starter kit, little sample pack, for free. All you pay is the shipping, which is a few bucks. And so I've been using those Element packets every day, and I'm probably having 5 or 6 of them a day, and it's replenishing all those electrolytes. So if you get the Charlie horses, or if you start to feel fatigued, or you have other mysterious symptoms of just blah show up, it could be you're low on electrolytes. And I can proudly say, not once during this entire 26 days have I had any of those kinds of symptoms related to electrolytes, because I was mindful of those from the very beginning. So check it out, guys, over at Element's website, drinklmnt.com/Jimmy, and you can get your samples. Or if you see a flavor that you like, I like the raspberry one a lot. The citrus one's pretty good. They even have a chocolate salt. It's pretty cool. A lot of people put that one in their coffee. All right. Kazan says, how has your why changed and evolved from when you first started keto until now? Oh. Well, let's back up before keto. When I first started my Atkins journey, which was 2004, it was all about weight loss. I was 410 pounds. I was on 3 prescription medications. I didn't feel great. I was 32 years old and did not feel great. And I knew I was a ticking time bomb headed for an early grave. And so my focus at the beginning, because culture has taught us this, Kazan, my focus was totally about weight loss. Now, I hate that with a passion now, putting a focus on weight loss. It's so arbitrary, it's so subjective, doesn't really tell you a whole lot. Yes, it quantifies, blah, 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 gravity detecting device, blah, blah, blah. I realized that a low carb approach, really its main purpose is not weight loss. Can you lose weight? Duh, obviously. But I think if you only focus on the weight loss and think that's the only benefit you get out of a low carb, keto, carnivore type of diet, you're missing the forest for the trees. I hope that anybody that starts a low carb, keto, carnivore type of diet, you quantify in other ways. First of all, your consistency. Are you being consistent with the thing? The ones that crack me up are the people that say, well, I'm kind of keto. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Is that like you're kind of pregnant? You can't be kind of keto and expect to get results. And you're certainly not going to be kind of pregnant. And so consistency with what you're doing and doing it on a regular basis is going to make you successful. And so that's one. I don't focus on the weight. I look at health markers, blood sugar regulation, insulin control, inflammation control, looking at the HSCRP, A1C, all these things that tell you how well you're doing. And obviously, if you're consistent, you don't need to look at a weight on a scale. It'll become obvious in pictures. Some people like to measure inches. That's cool if you want to. But the main change that's happened is I'm less worried about all the noise that I'm supposed to be worried about, like the scale, like inches, like all this and that and this and that. And I just do it. And if you do it, you're going to be successful. How could you not? Because you're not going to have anything to discourage you. And look, you might be like, well, you miss that encouragement you get from stepping on the scale and it goes down. I'm like, perhaps. But most of the time when you step on the scale, it's not a happy moment. It goes up, you're upset. It stays the same, you're upset. If it goes down, but not as much as you wanted to, you're upset. So more times than not, you're upset stepping on that scale. Whereas if you're just consistent in doing all the things and don't worry about those subjective measures, watch what happens. You succeed. You're motivated. You want to do it. So that's probably the biggest thing. My why is no longer weight loss. My why is look good in this body no matter what age I am, and feel good in this body. And that's what I'm working on. What I'm working on. Shelby says, what is something you always wanted but never told anyone? Well, I always wanted to be a dad. And I still do. Still really want to be a dad. I've never been able to have a child. And I'm not giving up hope that can't be a reality. So that's something. And it's definitely something I've never been asked, Shelby, so good job. Yeah, I feel like I'd be a good dad. I have the personality that I think I'd be a fun dad with a kid or 2 or 10. Okay, maybe not 10, but if I had a kid, I would worship the ground of that woman who birthed that kid for me. It's a dream. It's something I've always wanted and still want, so we'll see what happens in that. Let's see. Yes, you win, Shelby. Good job. Good job. So guys, if you joined us late, we're just having a good time with an open chat here on this lazy Sunday. And I'm out on my second walk of the day. It's a little warmer than it has been, but when you got goals in mind, you don't let those things be an excuse. So I'm out here, just want to casually talk to you guys. You guys help keep me on the straight and narrow, and I love that. I love the accountability that comes from doing something like this publicly. I had quite a few people tell me that they were happy to see I made this public, because it would be easy to just tell you, hey, I'm doing this sabbatical to 50 and I'm going to do this for 100 days and I'll see you in 100 days. And I could have done that. And it's what I was going to do 2 years ago when I went away for 6 months. I wasn't updating anybody. I was just going to do all the things. And I was going to document on video, but then save the videos and then share them when I get back. Well, as I noted, my emotional, psychological health went to pot during that time, and so needed to deal with those things. But I'm in a better place now with the childhood trauma and personal stuff in my life all kind of resolved. So I'm ready for this. But yeah, had to do this publicly. I think the going public with this was exactly what I needed to do. Because look, I've been a public figure for a very long time, and people you're going to have the haters always, but people cheer for you when they like you and when they want you to succeed. And I've gotten so much positive feedback from people who are glad I'm doing this because they want to see me around for many years to come. They want me to keep on podcasting, keep doing all the things. And so I had to go public with this. I had to do this very openly. And I'm glad I am, by the way. I got nothing to hide. That's the fun part. I don't have anything I'm trying to hide here. I'm just doing the thing, and we're going to see what happens. And so far, so good. I mean, it's a long journey, barely over a fourth of the way there. And keep in mind, fourth of the way to the 100 days. At the end of the 100 days, I'm not ending this. Obviously, after 100 days of all this, I should see something radical has changed and want to keep going on, even in a modified way. Maybe I take away some things, but then add in other things. And like I said to Kira earlier, once I lose the midsection weight, then I can do things like plank. Then I can swing kettlebells and do a lot of things that I know my body will be more capable of at that point. But at this point, I'm in the challenge mode. I'm in I got a protocol that I'm doing on a daily basis, listening to my body, and I'm doing it. And it's that consistency, which I know will produce results, and it has. So today is day 26. I will likely post pictures again very soon on social media. I don't want to do it every week because it's not that dramatic on a week by week basis. But maybe every few weeks you see the differences. But that's just pictures. And you'll see the differences in the pictures. More than anything, this has gotten sharper. Confidence has gotten sharper. Just the ability to get up in the morning and be excited about all the things that I'm doing on this protocol. That's a big deal, guys. Because I'm going to be honest, when I started this, I was like, gulp, what have I gotten myself into? How am I going to do all these things, which are going to take hours of my day to get done? One walk is 60 minutes. This is my second walk, which is another 60 minutes. I do an ice bath for 60 minutes. I'm in the sauna for about a half an hour, 20 to 30 minutes. I'm in front of the red light therapy for 15 minutes. I'm standing outside grounding for another 10 to 15 minutes, standing in sunshine. I'm on the vibration plate for 10 to 15 minutes. I meditate for 10 to 15 minutes. You add all those minutes up, it's a good chunk of my day. I'm not complaining. I'm just kind of painting the picture for you of this is the stuff I'm doing day after day after day that's providing me all the benefits that I've gotten. Oh, I love that. Listen. It's so quiet and peaceful this time of day, and hardly anybody walks this trail. No wonder South Carolina is one of the fattest states in the nation. People don't get out and walk. Anyway, but the consistency is so important, and I love it. And the more that I've done it, the more I want to do it. So I don't loathe this in any way. I embrace it. I love it. And I know it's good for me. And I know it's providing good things for my life. All right, so what you guys got? Tell me any questions you might have for me about this journey. If you have any questions that you think I've never been asked before, that's always a hoot. So Shelby already got one of them for me. So good job, Shelby. You asked something I've never been asked. Or if you're struggling right now with a challenge, how can I help? What is it that's got you hung up? Or you can ask any general questions if you'd like to. I'm not going to bring you on the live. I see a couple people want to come on the live. And so not going to do that because I always save these to my camera roll. And if I bring you on the live, it doesn't let me save it to the camera roll. So ask away if you want to. My friend Kira says, let's go climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I don't think I'm quite ready for that one yet, my dear. But I am an hour away from the mountains up in North Carolina. I'm about an hour away. And when my fitness level gets to the point with this trail I'm on, that this is not as hard, I might regularly try to go hike in the mountains of North Carolina. The thing is, when you go hiking, you like to do that with somebody, and I got no body in my life. To do that with. So yeah, so day 26, rocking and rolling on the sabbatical to 50. Still doing all the things. I will tell you, yesterday I got so busy all day long with that keto symposium that I was the MC of. I had to be there 7:30, and we didn't get done till about 5:30 with everything. So obviously I couldn't get in all the biohacks yesterday. I got in the walk and I got in the grounding with the sunshine. That was it. And I felt like so sick to my stomach. I'm like, ugh. So today I was not going to let the opportunity pass to push myself a little harder. Thus, that's why I'm doing a second walk today. And I'm on my second big hill. This is the brutal hill at the very end. So, fire away, guys. Any questions you got? We will jibber jabber here. Get me through this second walk. Thank you for hanging out. I love seeing everyone come on. Woo. Yes, I'm quite thirsty now. Yeesh. A little warmer out here than it has been, but that's all right. A little sweat didn't hurt anybody. Detoxify all that stuff right out the body. But yes, I am so motivated right now to keep this going. I've been at this really hard now for 26 days, and I'm at a good place where I feel good and I'm doing good, and I want to keep that ball rolling. And it's so tempting when calamity hits or something challenging hits you to want to just give up. Trust me, I had that quite a few times in the first few weeks of this. But I persevered. I kept going. Woo! That second hill about killed me today. Somebody on YouTube or somewhere heard me breathing hard. And they're like, my God, dude, how are you breathing so hard? Most people can jog without a problem. You gotta love the comments from the peanut gallery. Never mind, I'm out here doing the thing. They have to point out that I'm not in good enough shape to be doing this. Well, how do you think I get into that shape, my brother? You do it by doing it. So I'm doing it. Wow, you guys are awful quiet on me. You guys watching the football game and just casually watching this? Oh, I love my weekends though, you guys. I chill out. And I love it. You should definitely be actively resting your body on those days you're not working, being with the people you love and all that. It's what makes life worth living, right? Oh, this is inviting. It's quite shady all through here. and you can feel the temperature just drop. I love that. Love that so much. All right, you guys, I'm gonna pop off of here for now. Day number 26, Staybatical to 50, my second walk of the day. Woo! And I'm telling you, I fight that bug in my head to not do a second walk. I fought it so hard. I'm like, look, I'm doing good. I feel a little bit blah, a little bit tired. I don't want to go walk. But then I made myself come out here. And I'm glad I did, because I feel really good. And now I've got another 60-minute walk in me. And that's kind of cool. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate people like you being out there, watching my daily journey. It makes it worthwhile. And I will keep sharing. As I told Linda earlier, I can't go 7 days a week. I do need some rest at times, and sometimes I just need quiet on the walk, and sometimes I talk to my friends like I did Brittany this morning. I did try to go live last night, but then I had a friend calling me at the exact same time that I was going live, and so you guys couldn't hear me. And so then I tried to go live again, and she called again. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna talk to this friend. And so we ended up talking pretty much the whole walk. So I didn't get a chance to do the live yesterday, but glad we got one in here today. Day 26, still going strong, you guys. Hope you guys are meeting all of your goals, challenging yourself to do things. And don't forget, coming up on day 51 of my journey will be your day 1 of your journey to push yourself, to challenge yourself to do something. Doesn't have to be what I'm doing. You do your own challenge, but challenge yourself and get ready for that. I will be here all along the way, still doing my own challenge for another 50 days, but I want to be here for you. And it would be so great for me to see so many of you succeeding on your own personal challenge in the second half of my Staybatical. So that's coming up here in a few weeks. It's around mid to like October 22nd or something like that. But you'll know. Keep an eye on what day I'm on. And day 51 for me will be day 1 for you. And then we all go to December the 10th. That'll be 50 days for you guys, 100 for me. And that'll be it. Still deciding what's going to happen after that, but let's get to the end of 100 days and then we'll figure out where we go from there. I'm also still thinking about my 50th birthday. My actual birthday is December 27th. Nobody's going to be available 2 days after Christmas, so I will likely hold a birthday party somewhere in this southeast area and invite you guys if you want to come. So we'll see about that. All right, guys, go enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I'm going to go drink a bunch of water because I am so thirsty. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. We're going to talk about motivation on my morning walk. So we'll see you then. Bye, guys.